Hey everyone, in today's video we are checking out one of my personal favorite backpacks, the Boundary Supply Errant. It's a 24-litre bag that's packed with heaps of functionality and organization. It has a solid construction and is made of some really good materials. I'm Ed from Rushfaster and we do guides and walkthroughs bringing you better gear and better ways to carry. So if any of that sounds good to you or you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Let's jump right in and check out the Boundary Supply Errant. If you're in the loop with things in the carry world, you'll know Boundary Supply. Boundary Supply is a company in the US that are producing some really impressive carry goods right now. They're all about making technical, innovative, and durable products, but they also have a core sustainability value as well. This is their Errant Pack, a 24-litre everyday backpack. Let's check it out. Getting onto the materials of the bag, the Errant is wrapped in a combination of two main fabrics. The first is a 500 denier nylon 6/6 Codra, which is highly durable. It also has Boundary's Barricade DWR coating, so it's water resistant as well. The second main fabric is a 420 high tenacity Hypalon, which is extremely durable. It's also stain and abrasion resistant, as well as being waterproof. The internal lining of the bag is a 210 denier nylon Codra, and it also has that same Barricade DWR finish. And it's important to note that in fact, almost all the textiles and hardware are actually Bluesign approved, and that's really important. Alrighty, let's take a look at the features and compartments of the Boundary Supply Errant. On the flap top here, we have a lightly embossed Boundary Apex logo here, which is a very nice subtle touch. And then on the bottom here, we have a lash point, an attachment loop that's typically useful for a bike light. And then underneath there, we actually have 3M reflective detailing, which is helpful in assisting visibility, especially at night. You also have that 3M detailing over here, that reflective detailing at these lash points as well. And on the front, you can see there are various lash points, the two here and then the two there as well. This is useful for Boundary's external lash straps and other pieces of gear that you can add on to the bag. Alrighty, turning to the left side of the bag, we have an elasticized and gusseted water bottle pocket. So hopefully you can see here this elastic webbing, which actually stretches the water bottle pocket out so it can fit a number of different size water bottles. And then hopefully you can see this gusset here. It actually folds out once the elastic is stretched. So here is a 16-ounce Hydro Flask bottle, and that just gets eaten up very easily. This is a 32-ounce Nalgene water bottle, and also just gets eaten up very easily. What's really great about this pocket is when it's not in use, it sits flat on the bag and it keeps that slim silhouette. Over here we have an accessory strap, which is just there to stabilize any taller items of gear that you put in this pocket. So say for instance, perhaps a thermos, a tripod, or a yoga mat, you can use this accessory strap to just cinch down on that gear so it's secure. What's really helpful here is there is a strap keeper here just to manage that strap slack so it's not all dangly. And then over here we have an aluminium G-hook. Now this G-hook slots into that lash point that we looked at earlier, simply just slots in there to secure your gear. But when you're not using this accessory strap, you can actually tuck it away in this little pocket here. So you can go ahead and conceal that in that pocket, and so there's less clutter on the outside of your bag. Turning to the right side of the bag, we have an organization compartment, which Boundary calls their commuter pocket. It utilizes a YKK Storm Guard zipper, which is on almost all of the zippers on the outside of this bag. It also has a Hypalon zipper garage, as well as laser cut Hypalon zipper pulls that have this little rivet here, and also has an embossed Boundary Apex logo, which is a really nice touch. These high quality materials and these small little details really emphasize the fact that there is a lot of attention that's paid to the design and making of these bags. So getting into this commuter pocket, we have a little bit of organization for all sorts of little bits and pieces. We've got two pen slots, and I've just got a Lamy Safari pen and an Everyman Grafton pen just there. And then over here we have a slightly bigger slip pocket, which I just have my Leatherman rebar inside. And below that we have just a general purpose pocket here, which I just have my hand sanitizer as well as my Orbit key. Over here we have a little magnetic clasp here, which is meant to be used with Boundary's HT key clip. It's just a little key clip that attaches on this mechanism here, and you can attach your keys on that clip, thus giving you a bit more quick access to your keys. You can just slip it in, zip it up, then when you need it, just unzip and then take the keys off. It's a very easy mechanism, but that key clip is sold separately from the bag. Now over here we have a little port that gives access to the main compartment of the bag. So if you have a cable that you want to feed through this port and give charge to maybe your mobile phone that you're storing in here, you can do that, but you just have that option of having some cable porting through to the main compartment from this compartment. So that's kind of useful as well. Now coming to the back panel, we have the harness system, but we also have a lot going on here. We have thick, wide cut and slightly curved shoulder straps, which will do nicely to wrap around your body. This is made and molded from Boundary's LFT EVA foam. So this padding will keep you cool and comfortable while commuting and traveling. And so it's a really nice padding, and it's also featured on the back panel as well. Now at the top of the bag, we have a decently reinforced haul handle with this nylon webbing, and it's great for hauling the bag up and off the ground, but also hanging it on hooks as well. On the shoulder straps, we have these loops that are good for attaching accessories on, so like a carabiner, things like that, you can simply hook on. And then over here we have laser cut Hyperlon loops that you can attach some EDC tools like a torch, things like that. Over here we have an adjustable sternum strap which is secured by these hooks, and there are 4 points of adjustment here on the shoulder strap, so you can properly align the sternum strap to where your sternum is on your body. You simply just take these hooks out and put them through the right point where it aligns for you. And over here we have a simple magnetic clasp from Woojin. It clips on very easily. It's very easy to use and detach and attach, so you'll have no troubles there. It's really helpful. We also have some strap management with this plastic strap keeper, so that does well to not let this strap kind of go dangling when you're using the sternum strap. A great thing about this sternum strap is that it can be used ambidextrously, so right now it's set up to be detached and attached and adjusted with the right hand, but if you're more dominant on your left hand, you can actually just switch that over, simply take out these hooks and just swap it over. So you do have that option as well. And of course the sternum strap is removable, so if you don't like this sternum strap or you don't typically use sternum straps on backpacks, then you can unhook this, stow this in the bag or put it somewhere else, and you can have a less cluttered harness system. Now a little bit further below we have simple Woojin ladder locks that you can adjust your shoulder straps with, and then we also have the plastic strap keepers just to manage that strap slack. Looking at the back panel, again we have that same Boundary LFT EVA foam, which is very plush and padded, and we also have this air mesh wicking as well. You can see that there is air channeling along the entire back panel, as well as this big main channel on the center of the back panel. And of course there's a lot more going on with this back panel. At the bottom here we have these 2 pairs of accessory loops here, and this is for the waist belt that comes with the bag. So this is simple Woojin hardware. This is a normal buckle clasp that you can adjust with these straps here, and then we have these C-clips that simply hook into the loops, and then you can fasten them like so. And so the reason why there are 2 accessory loops here instead of just 1 is it's just giving you a bit more of adjustability with the waist belt. If you want to bring it slightly higher on your hip where you'd be more comfortable on your body, then you do have that option. And given that this isn't a large backpack, it's only a 24-liter everyday backpack, there isn't any padding on the waist belt. So it's simply just to add stability to your load, but it's not meant to distribute any of the weight or be extra comfortable on your carry. It's just there to stabilize the bag on your back. And obviously the waist belt is detachable, so you can just stow it away and not use it if that's not something for you. Now on the back panel we have 2 compartments which you can store additional gear inside. Over here we have a zippered compartment that utilizes a YKK Stormguard zipper. Now this zippered compartment goes about this far into the back panel. So you have this much space to store gear inside. But the things you want to be putting inside this compartment is like a passport, important documents, spare cash or emergency cash, and you want to be keeping the things you put in that compartment flat because you don't want to affect the comfort of your carry. On this side we have another compartment that goes about this far into the back panel, so a slightly taller compartment. Not too sure what you'll be putting in there, but it is secured down by Velcro. So you have about this much space inside that compartment there. But what it also does is it houses this little accessory strap here. Now this accessory strap is actually to secure down your shoulder straps. So over here I can put this strap over the shoulder strap, and over here there's a little loop which I can hook this G hook onto. And then I can just fasten that down and then secure that strap slack. And so if in any case you want to carry the bag as a brief, you can do so, and you've got a little handle here to carry the bag and not have these shoulder straps flapping around everywhere. But what this strap also does is that it works as a luggage pass-through. So when you are traveling with some rolling luggage, you can feed the telescopic handle of your rolling luggage through there, and it'll do a decent job streamlining your carry experience in the airport. But again, what's really great about this system is that this strap can simply just be stowed away when not in use. Instead of being a visible part of the bag, it's simply just stowed away in that little compartment there. Also on the bottom of the back panel are these two accessory loops, and these two accessory loops actually mirror the same two accessory loops on the front of the bag. So if you wanted to fix gear on the bottom of the bag, just here, you can use the accessory straps that come from Boundary to affix gear on there. Say for instance, it's like a picnic rug or it's a blanket or whatever it is, you can actually affix it there and then just cinch it down with the accessory straps that come from Boundary. Just before we get into the main compartment, I want to show you this zippered compartment at the bottom of the bag here. This compartment will typically be used for shoes or gym gear or wet clothes, things like that, anything that you want to keep separate from your main cargo. So inside I have a chalk bag and my bouldering shoes. This fabric here is a waterproof fabric that will prevent any moisture or odors getting into your main cargo. So it's really useful for things like this. If I'm taking this bag climbing and I want to get to my shoes or my chalk bag, it's good that I can just get it really quickly from the bottom instead of have it inside my main cargo where smells or chalk will just go everywhere. So it's good to keep that all separated. Now, one thing to consider is that if you are using this compartment, this will eat into your main cargo. So it'll restrict how much space you have in your main cargo if you choose to put shoes in there or clothes or wet gear, whatever it might be. Now, obviously this bag has a flap top, and that flap top actually adds to the water resistance of the bag overall. It's got that waterproof hypalon that water will simply beat off when it's rained on, but it'll also prevent water from getting inside the main cargo of the bag. So that's very helpful. But what actually secures the flap top down to the bag are these magnetic locks here. Just underneath the flap. So when you want to secure the flap top down, you simply press down and they attach and secure like so. And when you want to detach the magnetic locks, you simply pull down and then up, and then you have access. One thing to note about the usage of these magnetic clasps is that it's very easy to locate them and to match them when you have a packed out bag and when you have the zipper at the top here zipped up. When the zipper at the top there isn't zipped up and the bag isn't as packed, then sometimes it can be difficult trying to locate these points onto the magnetic clasp. That's just something that you have to get used to, and it's simply because the bag might crease or fold or flap in ways that make it hard for these parts to simply clip on. But that's just something that as a user you have to get used to. Just above those magnetic clasps, we have another YKK StormGuard zipper, and this is a small compartment. It goes about this far into the bag, so it's for smaller pieces of gear. But the fabric inside is what is called nylon fabric. It's a scratch-free liner to keep your electronics safe and your sunglasses and glasses safe, and it's coated with Boundary's Barricade DWR, so it's resistant to water and stains, and it's actually animal fiber free, while still keeping the look and feel of a wool. And so this is a really nice and soft fabric. It's also a blue sign approved fabric, and it will prevent any gear inside getting scratched. So inside I just have my Bellroy note sleeve wallet. I also have my Bluetooth wireless earphones, and I also have my Moment lens. Just above there you can see two more loops for further accessorizing straps or gear onto the bag, so you have that option there. It's a bit more discreet than the other attachment loops. Just above here we have a YKK zipper that gives access to our main compartment. So just at the top here I have a North Face fleece. Over here you can see these two male ends of the magnetic clasp that we saw earlier. These are meant to be used in conjunction with Boundary's other inserts and pouches. So I believe the CB1 photo insert as well as the port kit can actually be used in conjunction with this bag and simply clip on to those magnetic clasps. Over here we have two accessory loops that you can attach gear on if you wish to attach gear inside your bag as well. And then just above we have another slip compartment which is secured a little bit by Velcro. You can see that there. So you could store maybe some cables, some long cables, things like that, or maybe other pieces of gear that you wish to put in a slightly more discreet location. But that is one of the ways that you can get into the main compartment, the simple top loading access. However, there's another way to get inside the main compartment, and that is through the back panel here. Here you can see a big YKK Storm Guard zipper path here that runs along this U shape on the back panel. This gives us full clamshell access to the main compartment. So if we just unzip that, we'll get access to a main compartment. Here you might have seen this little clasp here. I'll demonstrate what that's for in just a bit, but here we have clamshell access to our main compartment. So we'll get into all of this in just a bit. Here we're going to take a look at the workspace area. We have two stretchy mesh pockets for storing additional gear. They're made of this durable hyper stretch nylon mesh. It's very lightweight and it provides visibility to inside this pocket. And I've just got some wired earphones inside, as well as a Pelican SD card case. These are perfectly sized for hard drives and things like that. They have a little bit of gusseting, so it'll stretch out to what you need to store inside there. And then over here we have the tablet and laptop sleeve. So the laptop sleeve is secured by this magnetic clasp here from Woojin that simply just secures the laptop down, and we have this nylon material that will protect your laptop. This can fit up to a 15-inch laptop. This is my 13-inch MacBook Pro Retina, and you can see there's plenty of space for a 15-inch laptop. In front of the laptop compartment, if we unclasp this magnetic clasp, there is actually a magnetic stud which secures the tablet compartment. And now this is a really big tablet compartment. This can fit up to an iPad Pro. It can actually fit the same MacBook Pro Retina 13-inch that I put in the laptop sleeve. That can actually fit in here as well. So if you are working with two laptops, say a personal laptop and a work laptop, you can secure them both in these sleeves. Say for instance, my wife and I go traveling, she can bring along her 12-inch MacBook and secure that inside the tablet sleeve, which is really handy just to have that versatility in the tablet sleeve. Now it's important to note that both of these sleeves are suspended slightly from the bottom of the bag, so when you do drop the bag by accident on its base, you won't be damaging the laptops. They'll actually be absorbed a little bit by this padding and the suspension of the sleeves. Moving along to the main cargo area of the bag, we have a number of different compartments to help sort out some of your gear. Before that, I'll just pull the stuff that I've got inside the main cargo area. I've got a Peak Design tech pouch here for all my tech and dongles, things like that. I've just got a Patagonia torrent shell jacket that I've packed up in case it rains. And then there is that fleece jacket that I had there earlier. So at the top here, we have this D-shaped curved compartment here, which has this stretchy mesh as well. And inside I've just got my MacBook charger. But this is a really well-designed compartment because it has its own dimension, and it's really good at fitting headphones inside here if you decide to just put your headphones in there, or a number of different things. But it also has a certain shape to it. So when you zip this compartment, it's very easy to zip it up. There's no problems with the structure of the compartment flopping around, but it actually is very rigid but also stretchy enough to store a number of different things. Really good compartment there. And on the sides we have stretchy compartments on the sides just to store different types of gear. So I've just got my glasses in there and then my lacy portable hard drive on the other side. Now inside the main cargo we have this Velcro here that is meant to be used again for Boundary's inserts. So I believe you can put in a Mark II photo case inside this bag and turn this bag into more of a photography bag. So it's good to have that versatility. If you choose to use this bag for photography, you can get that insert and then make this bag a bit more modular. Over here, hopefully you can see that cable port that I mentioned earlier that gets into the commuter pocket. So if you had a portable battery in here, here and you had a cable feeding through there, you could charge your phone as you commute. That's just how that works, looking in from the inside. Now, you see this clip here, I mentioned it earlier and I want to draw attention to it and explain and demonstrate what it does for the bag. You see, when you want to access your laptop or your tablet or anything from this workspace area inside the bag, you have to use the zipper from this clamshell opening. And so this little clip here with the strap actually in some ways prevents you from opening the bag entirely, if for whatever reason you weren't paying attention. So this kind of stops you from opening the bag fully clamshell and everything popping out, but just gives you enough access to reach your laptop or your tablet or anything from those pouches, or even from this D-shaped zippered compartment here. You can access all that stuff by simply opening it this far into the bag. So that's a really helpful aspect of just giving you intuitive access. When you do want to open the bag clamshell, you simply press down here and that unclasps the magnetism, and then you can fully open the bag clamshell. But yeah, that is a reasonably thoughtful addition to the design of the bag, just so that there is intentionality behind getting to your laptop without having to open the entire clamshell. Okay, this is the Boundary Errant on the body. I'm 5'10". Well everyone, that is the Boundary Supply Errant Pack. It really is a powerhouse when it comes to features and organization. It's got a smart and intuitive approach to access, and it's also got a comfortable and reliable harness system, not to mention that it's a solid construction and it's made of some really high quality materials. If you're looking for an everyday bag, especially with a focus to tech and organization, then this really could be the right bag for you. Now, if you're interested in getting this bag, there's going to be an affiliate link in the description below, as well as a QR code for you to scan. If you like this video, you found it helpful, and you're thinking about getting the Boundary Supply Errant Pack, then please consider using those affiliate links or the QR code, because that really does help us out. But even if you're not thinking about getting this bag and you still want to support our work, hit the like button, hit the bell, let us know in the comments what you thought about this bag, especially in comparison to all the other everyday backpacks out there. And as always, subscribe to see more carry gear walkthroughs if you haven't already. If you want to see more videos like this or more videos on everyday backpacks, then check out the links on the screen at the end of this video. But for now, this has been the Boundary Supply Errant Pack. Take care, and we'll see you next time.